What's something you wish you knew when you were 19? I wish I listened to my grandma about the importance of stretching daily and wearing earplugs when needed. Save your money. Try harder in school. Do not waste any more time on people that don't have your best interest. It doesn't always get better and not everything is always worth it, so choose wisely. Drugs are addictive. I wish I knew at 19 that failure isn't end of the world. And it's just part of the process. I spent too much time stressing about getting everything right, whether it was school, work or relationship. If I'd known back then that messing up is how you grow, I would have been a lot kinder to myself. Financial management. I wish I've learned it sooner, especially how to save money and investing. Time slips away faster than you can imagine. I wish I'd known the real value of those early years. That getting married at 19 is an extremely bad idea. It's okay to leave that relationship. Life continues forward and you'll have more time to get to know yourself. What's something from everyday life that was completely obvious 15 years ago but seems to confuse the younger generation today? Having a dedicated device for listening to music, e.g. iPod, Walkman, etc. What the sound of a busy signal means. File systems. A lot of college grads or college interns apparently have no idea how a file system works. Why the save button icon is a floppy disk. I think I'm just becoming a grumpy old woman, but social awareness. Like blocking the whole sidewalk, speakerphones in public, that kind of thing. It's always been a problem, but I feel like the pandemic stunted an entire generation's social growth. And they're just oblivious to their effect on others in any given space. It's stunningly annoying, tbh. Paper maps and how to use them. File structures. Because of cloud storage, kids in high school have no idea how file organization, folders, naming work. Which leads to issue with searching what you need specifically on a computer. Phones, tablets just throw file at you. We had specific folders for GCSE coursework for them and would spend ages on explaining how to save in particular spot, and a term later would hear miss my work disappeared to find it in there. Personal docs. Needing to ring the doorbell at your friends' houses to see if they're home and if they want to play outside. If happiness had a smell, what would it smell like for you? Walking into my childhood home on a cold day while my mom is making meatballs. Freshly cleaned sheets, pillowcases, and blanket after a shower. The smell of freshly rained earth. A mix of hot toffee, hot coffee, a burning fire and cold air. Grass and rain. Redwood forest. My cat's head. Fresh laundry that just came out of a dryer. What's the most comforting TV show you've rewatched multiple times and why? Malcolm in the Middle. Make me laugh every single time. Star Trek: The Next Generation. I rewatched the entire series about 3x in the last few years. I basically watch one episode of television per day, right before going to bed. My life got very hectic and stressful at one point, and this was the perfect show to wind down before going to sleep. It's not *2* anything violent, dramatic, funny, etc. Rarely leaving you with a bad feelings at the end. It's essentially set at night with white noise from the ship's hum in the background. Characters look like they are wearing pajamas, puttering around on what looks like a wall-to-wall carpeted ship. Great characters from Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Data, Worf, Geordi, Golden Girls. Hands down. On my 6th rewatch. And to quote Beetlejuice, it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Futurama. Arrested Development. Really gets better with rewatches. The subtle foreshadowing setups are amazing. Star Trek, Original, TNG, DS9, and Voyager specifically. They've been my go-to-bedtime shows for years. The music and sound effects, the sets and soft lighting, The pace of all of them just relax me. Lack Parks and Recreation. The X-Files. I was obsessed with this show as a kid. I rewatched it as an adult and I noticed a funny pattern. Mulder. Scully take. Insert weird thing. Back to the lab and run tests on it. Scully. What are you going to do? Mulder. I'm going to. Insert cheeky phrase about catching an alien. Once you notice it, you'll hear the same, what are you going to do? In almost every episode. Now my spouse and I say that to each other every time one asks the other to do something boring and tedious. Can you take out the trash? What are you going to do? Quote,